I started reading Romans chapter 1, and they actually were grunting and fidgeting and making noises before I even got to that. But when I started getting to Romans 1, that's when they started trying to tell me that I had to get on topic.
We broke that down in our case, right? Because if you really look at the portion of Brice's speech that actually got recorded, that he was allowed to give, it's in a traditional sermon style, the large framework of the world, and then you go down to the specific rules in the Bible, which was Romans. Well, the first part about the framework, they could tell he was religious, and that's when they first interrupted him and said, "You're not on topic." And then the second part, right after he quotes, where God created male and God created female, that's when they turned his mic off. Right after that, once he said that line, it should have been clear that he was going to talk about transgenderism.
Well, he was going to talk about boys in the girls' bathrooms, right?
Yeah, it was clear.
Which was the topic. So the bottom line is they just kept talking over you. They talked over you. And finally, they removed you before your time was up. They wouldn't even let you take the time to quote unquote get on topic, as they said. They just wanted you out of there. And they actually had you removed by the Stillwater police officer.
There were two of them.
Over making comments at a school board meeting. Well, I think the worst part of this whole story isn't even just that happened to Brice.
Unfortunately, we live not just in a culture that has gotten a good hold on our schools, but also a very good hold on our judiciary. The school district's attorney, which happens to be the education firm for 300 of the 500 school districts in Oklahoma.
Who pays the salaries of these attorneys that sit in the pocket of the school and fight against parents like Brice?
Well, it's the school district pays them via their budget, which we know comes from taxpayers.
The bottom line, I think, in this whole thing, if we are going to sue a public school, we're going to have to use our own dollars out of our own pockets to sue a school over something like what happened to Brice, which was just ridiculous. It never should have gotten that far. Never. And we're going to have to use our own money, yet the school is using our own money to defend themselves. And in cases like this particular group of attorneys attack the parents. So to me, that's just absolutely obscene. Why do they care how much time and effort they put in? Didn't we add it up and it's cost something like $55,000 to the taxpayer?
Yeah, we didn't just add it up, they did. Because after we lost the trial court, they came after Brice and wrote for their attorney fees. So they asked the court to award them for almost $45,000 in attorney fees.